and it says we're live.
Yeah, lies. Well, Cecil stand-in doesn't make the same satisfying noise, so heck with it.
I can scream if you want while you do that too.
Nope, that's
No.
okay. All right. As always, if you'd like to keep the air
I
conditioner
like my
running,
ear right where it is.
I'd keep the air conditioner running because, damn. Also, maybe the bilge pumps because it won't stop raining.
Yeah.
Send money here,
Free
please.
water from the sky.
Yeah, really weird water from the sky.
2.5 inches worth so far
Mm,
this week.
If you like coffee, contact these guys. They have a blend called Blanket Fort.
it's really good.
Really, Blanket Fort's really
Yeah.
good. You should buy some, and when you do, let them know you heard about it here. So send us more. We're kind of running out.
Yeah, we defaulted to a pink monkey. That was a donation.
Yeah, it showed up on my table at Fool's Con.
Yeah, wondered where all the rain was. Yeah,
In my
Well-
backyard.
we had 2 days of high wind and no rain,
And then it all showed up.
and it all showed up. And my neighbor down the street, bless their heart, is getting their roof replaced today.
Oh no.
That's going to be fun.
It was really wet earlier. And
Yeah,
now it's really warm.
It's
Yeah.
warm and humid. It is muggy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. David, you'll get a day or two break, and then it'll probably hit y'all again this weekend. Yeah, Nancy, some of us get used to that.
Let's see here. What have we got? What have we got?
Well, we've got 450 subscribers.
Oh wow. That's great.
For this?
Yes.
Yeah.
450.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, as of today.
There's only 234 on the North Texas Troublemakers, which is where the broadcast
Yeah.
shows up. So
Y'all will catch us and pass us soon enough.
yeah. Well, maybe. I mean,
450 people subscribe to this?
Yeah.
yes.
Man, there's
There's some sick puppies out there.
about 425 of them need to get lives.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I think it's 1,000 subscribers. That's the point where YouTube starts to change up the algorithms and actually start to recommend you out to people.
No, we don't need to be recommended to anybody.
That-
We don't need to be recommended to
Oh,
anybody.
446. Yeah. All right. We lost 3. Had 400.
I tell them they need to bugger off. I find out some left. I get irritated by it. That's me.
I had 400. When I checked this morning, it was 449. So,
Seriously?
oh, well.
Oh well.
That's still a hell of a lot of people.
Yeah. The last thing we need is to be noticed by a Facebook algorithm. Word.
Yes. Then we will be kicked off too.
Is that sort of like a challenge?
Beats the hell out of me.
Get a whole bunch of wooden asterisks so we can hang in the background for platforms we've been kicked off of.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see. News. What news do we have?
Fanterfly postcards.
Firefly Postcards comes out tomorrow, allegedly.
It's partially out now, not completely. We're arguing with Amazon over the fact that postcards in the title does not mean that it's actually postcards. At
About
least we think that's what we're arguing with Amazon about, because being Amazon, they're not giving us a straight answer. They're just saying that materials that aren't books are not eligible to be published as books. And we're like, but it's a book.
Yeah.
so postcards from Mars, which
Po-
went up with no problems.
Well, I mean, and Fanterfly postcards, the hardcover came out with no problems. The paperback is where they're giving us an issue. So you already have it out as an
As a book.
ebook and a hardback. Why can't we get the paperback too? Because it's a book. Go look at the file.
Then up
So-
from our contracts.
Going out.
I'll look at the calendar.
I would
and
go
tell
look at the
you.
calendar, but
No, I
apparently
can
I
look at
have
the calendar.
I've been informed the one on the wall, which your Neanderthal boss likes to use, is apparently inaccurate.
Not until the 26th.
Okay. The minions have informed me that the pinup noir contracts will be out the 26th.
I think you have that reversed. I think they're in charge and you're the minion.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
I am fine being a minion.
Apparently, according to John, it's coming out May.
Let's see, 20. Yeah, that's still 26.
Stand out front.
Looks at Ian.
Stand out front, look pretty. Yeah, that's actually that my description on Facebook.
Yeah. Yes, Rick, go ahead. Everybody else is.
Ask a military question for research purposes.
Okay, that sounds like it might be
Does it
entertaining.
involve E4s? Hey, dinner with lots of wine. Italy.
Padre says, guy, Amazon, the left hand doesn't know what the right's doing.
No.
Hell, the left hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing.
I know exactly what Amazon's right hand's doing.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not going there.
But
We have a
what
lady in the room.
what this confirms for me, we talked about this on the broadcast last night, is that the paperback team is different than the hardcover team over at Amazon.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
different from the ebook team. I've already figured the paper and the ebook were different, but it is amusing. I have to take it as amusing because otherwise I get mad at
Why
them.
would you do them separately?
I don't know, but it's all based out of India, so
Yeah.
My point.
it's cheap enough, I'm sure.
Yeah, multiple E4s on here.
Yeah. Hey, Winkler IED. I'm a former E4 promotable. Ooh.
Oh boy.
E4 promotables, they're worse than E4s. If you are trapped behind enemy lines and sport airdropped ammo, med supplies, food, water, which airdrop would you recover first? They all should be on the same. They all should be on the same pallet.
Assuming it's a pallet.
It better be palletized. If you're dropping stuff, it better be palletized.
Well, it
And if
depends
it's-
on what's dropping it.
If it's just like a small unit and they just needed, and it depends on the historical era we're talking about too.
Yeah.
We haven't always had things capable of dropping an entire pallet.
Well, pallets don't. You can turf a pallet out the back of. Pallets aren't that big these days.
No.
But you take a pallet because you have standard chutes for a pallet,
Hmm.
and you load your pallet according to weight, and you have a standard chute for it. So you put X number of cases of MREs, and then X number of cans of ammo, and you turf it out the back. And because airdropping stuff is not, except the old LAPIs, and you don't want to do LAPIs, except for the old LAPI system, airdropping stuff is not a precision
No.
effort.
That was going to be
Yeah.
my next question was what happens
So
I
if you
will
lose
disagree
one?
with that. If you know what you're doing, you can put stuff real close. We dropped.
You can put one thing real close.
I'm
Speaking
seeing
at-
this look on Jim's face
I'm-
like maybe he's talking from experience.
Yeah, well, you're talking to I'm Pathfinder certified. I used to be Pathfinder.
First thing I'd go for is the ammo.
But you can drop one thing fairly accurately. If you're dropping multiple pallets, one of them will be accurate. Rest of them will be somewhere.
Yeah.
So you want to be able to recover, especially in hostile territory, recover one pallet and scoot in case somebody's breathing down your neck.
So first thing would be ammo.
Get a pallet. It will have ammo and food on it.
Maybe.
It better, or I'm kicking somebody's butt when I get back to friendly lines.
Rick, basically the bottom line is that gets into drop from space when the ship is crashing.
God knows where that's going to be. And on most planets, in the water is the right answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're dropping something from space,
That's a really oof.
Ammo, med supplies, food, or water.
okay,
And they're separate. Which one would you recover first? I would
depending
still go for ammo.
no, depending on what you're short.
Yeah.
If you are down to your last bullet, go get the ammo. If you're a 12-man team and 11 of them are hurt, go get the meds. If everybody's okay and you've got ammo out the wazoo, go get the food.
I would still go for the ammo.
Not if
Because if I'm behind enemy lines,
I didn't shoot shit because you don't want to call attention to yourself. You better not have used any ammo.
maybe, maybe not. If you're in trying to break contact situation,
Well, and it's also, Jim, you got to realize that they don't pick big glowing ammo letters on the side of the whatever's coming down.
yeah, I know.
You find the one that you can
Yeah, you
find.
just You
Yeah.
grab
That
one,
makes sense.
and it better be loaded.
Go to the one in the water because that's
It better be loaded
Yeah.
with a couple ammo cans and a couple of cases of MREs and some med supplies.
And that makes sense too, is rather than loading individual pods of lots of whatever of ammo and meds, it would make more sense to break them out and put all of the things in each one,
Mhm.
and then hopefully if they can recover one, because if you're dropping from space,
you're assuming the loggies would actually do that.
Having been resupplied, the palletized stuff, you get some ammo, some food, and some med supplies from
Okay.
every one of them. So no matter what you get, you've got some. Also, if this is for a story, who cares? Write it so that it flows with the story. Write it so it flows with the story.
No accuracy. That's the MacGuffin. Okay. So I would have to go with what you're saying then. It's all of them have something on
Yeah.
them.
yeah. And then it's just a game of, can we find this?
Can I find
Because a
one?
How
planet
many
is a
do we
very
need? How
big
many can we
place.
find? Yeah.
Yeah.
Write it so that it makes the story, moves the story. Don't.
Yeah, a story I started and haven't finished some time back, and I need to come back to, actually involves colonization spearhead that dropping basically containers of stuff,
Yeah.
and some of them go down where they're supposed to, and some do not, and then it's a big scavenger hunt from
Yeah.
The also the reason you put a little of everything on the pallet is when one of them burns in.
there.
You don't want to have all of your eggs, so to speak, on one pallet.
Yeah.
When the chute doesn't open, it augers in. If all of your ammo is on that one pallet, you desperately need ammo, and it's 10 feet under the topsoil, we got issues.
Well, and he says tracking beacon, so you'd at least get a point.
Tracking beacon's
If
a
the
bad
tracking
idea.
beacons work, and if they
Work.
don't cue off the enemy that it's there,
Yeah. Which it would.
Yep.
yeah.
Differ says the cat got out of the cat carrier.
They can do that.
Yeah.
She has 11 cats that she's taking to the vet.
Oh,
I'm
good God.
assuming not all in one trip, because that would be insanity.
Yeah.
But they have 11 cats right now with all the kittens that they just recently
I was about to start
wound up
singing.
with.
I was about to start singing the cats in the kettle at the peaking moon, and that
Yeah.
might be a little insensitive. So
Now, I had to rescue my neighbor's dog that got out this morning,
Oh no.
and they are on vacation.
Dog got out, but they're not. Where is
yeah,
the
that's
dog?
that's the same thing.
They left on vacation this morning.
Is somebody supposed to be watching the dog?
Yeah, I was coming over to take care of the dog
Uh-huh.
later.
Uh-huh.
It's one of those
Ah.
going to come by twice a day, take care of the dog type of deals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of that.
So I'm standing out in the garage smoking a cigarette, watching
Mhm.
the rain come down. I keep hearing this, yip, yip, yip. The hell? I walk out and I look. I don't see anything. Come out about an hour later, smoke another cigarette. Yip, 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 yip. And I see this little black and white dog run around the corner of their house. I went, oh, shit.
That's a
Mm,
bad area to have a puppy McNugget running around in.
yeah. A lot of,
So I get the dog to come to me because I've petted it before.
Mhm.
And of course, it's soaking wet. So
Oh,
'Cause
poor
it's-
baby.
Raining like a
Yeah.
Never mind.
I bring him in the house. Obi did not go nuts, surprisingly.
Oh,
Seriously?
So I called the office and I said, hey, is such and such there? That's when I found out they're on vacation. I went, oh, lovely.
no.
Yay.
And she goes, why? I said, hey, their dog's out. And I get this, oh, shit.
Oh,
Hang on, let me call somebody.
yeah.
It's about 20 minutes later, I get a call. His mother is on the way to the house. She was apparently the dog sitter.
Ah,
And she comes walking over to my house and goes, got out again, didn't she?
yeah.
Here,
No.
dog.
This is why Sanford and I have decided we're not going to do another dog.
Yeah.
Because we can safely leave the cats for a day or 3. Or if we're going to be gone longer, have somebody pop
Yeah.
in to scoop the box and give them food. But a dog really needs more people time than that.
Yeah.
Dogs are
Well,
social
apparently,
animals.
this little thing is the one of their 3 dogs that is deathly afraid of storms.
Oh, which might
Yay.
be why he got out,
and an escape artist on top of everything else.
which is definitely why he got out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Winkle Red, it supposedly is coming from our way. The joys of living on the dry line. Oh, I do have something else. Nothing But Time has got 97 reviews.
Excellent.
I need
Good.
3 more to get over that 100
Yeah.
review hump.
Good.
I can review Nothing But Time. I don't have anything to do with it. I think I'll do that.
And it'll probably get canned because you're a friend of mine.
Not necessarily. My mother reviews me. But she says in her reviews, I'm the author's mother.
Oh,
And Amazon, because she's revealing the conflict of interest, Amazon doesn't have an issue
Yeah.
with it. So
Hmm.
I have gotten out of the habit of reviewing everybody
Yeah.
because I'm connected to so many of you.
yeah.
But I may try it. We'll see what happens. So
Yeah. Yeah, life on the dry line, Sean. It's always interesting. Built based off life in the fast lane.
Is Brian on here?
Who?
Brian Nad?
Not yet.
Okay.
Winkle Red is.
I just wanted to see Brian squeal. For those of you who don't know, a Mid-Journey-esque version of Brian will be a cover for the postcards from Fools.
Yep. So Midjourney allows me to use an actual photograph as an image prompt,
Okay.
and then we'll give you something that's based on the image. A friend of mine has been making the most adorable pictures of his wife doing this, which is what gave me the idea to see if I could do one of the Bubba Truck
Yeah.
photos and make it into a cover. And the group photos didn't work out real well, so I tried one with just Brian Nad holding Abomination,
Yeah.
because Alex McCall brought Abomination for
Abomination.
that shoot.
Abomination version 3.0,
Yeah.
3.2.
Yeah. And the look on Brian's face. Oh my gosh. So I plugged that in and ran the generation on it and got some really fun stuff. And one of them will be the cover for Postcards from Fools.
Yeah.
Also, you need to talk to Cedar. You need to bug Cedar about including for the filler, including the failed cover off of the failed covers off. There's one that's all anime cat girls. The Midjourney for some reason turned everybody into an anime cat girl.
It's like,
What?
why? I don't know why.
And there's another one that's anime. Not all of them are female. Not all of us are female, but we're all holding teddy bears, which is
Not everybody's holding teddy bears. Some people are holding what I think are Nerf guns, or at
Which
least
is
Midge's idea of Nerf
a
guns.
little
Oh,
anime. Me holding a teddy bear is just not.
That ain't right.
That ain't right.
Brennan, I've just got a question.
Uh-oh.
If you're dealing with knob and tube, how old is the house or building you're working in?
Of course, John liked the teddy bear one.
I haven't seen any of these,
I will show you.
and I'm in them.
Yes, you are
Oh, God.
holding a teddy bear, and as a cat girl.
No, just freaking no.
No, that one was just so wrong. So
Yeah.
very wrong.
Yeah, talking about getting
The
questions.
bunch of us knuckle draggers as anime cat girls is not right.
Kelly was pinging me yesterday about military information.
Yeah, me too.
So I spent a good hour going back and forth with him.
I was trying to explain patrol doctrine and ambush tactics.
Now that makes me wonder where the hell that story's going, because he was asking me about ASW and sonar.
He may have more than one story going.
It's Kelly.
I know. That's exactly what I'm saying. is it's
Winkler
coming.
ID asks, "Are these going to be the book?" I certainly hope so. We need
That
filler.
is the plan. Yes.
We need filler, and they're amusing as hell. Disturbing, but amusing as hell.
And there's Brian. Oh, Jesus. Really?
I think that's you.
No, that's not me.
Show the gang. It bears no resemblance to the to the image that I used to generate it, but it is amusing as all get out.
Jeez. There are no words.
And that one
Yes.
definitely doesn't look like the image that I used to generate it.
Oh, good God.
Yep.
Cat girls all the way down. Yes, both of those will be in the book. So when we're doing the book, we have to have 75 pages in order to do a hardcover.
Yeah.
And because we can only split it out to 20 authors
Yeah.
for various and assorted reasons, I add in, there's usually an essay in the back of it.
Yeah.
And I also add in prompt images with a blank page where people could potentially
Do their
actually
own.
write their own. And so this will probably be one of those.
Oh, Brennan, really?
She showed me that. She showed me those two covers, and I almost spit Pepsi across the room. Those are fantastic. Not covers, not good covers, not for us.
Yeah.
No.
One of the things that
Brennan says so simple. Hey, we need an outlet for a over-the-range microwave. Became a whole rewire. Ow.
well, yeah,
Oof.
I'm relatively sure it's probably still cloth wrapped or cloth insulated wires. Anyway, hello. Cedar's realizing something I noticed a while back was that the covers she's generating for us are very. Just go ahead and drop it right there. It'll be fine. I'll take care of it. Thank you. The covers she's generating for us are showing a very definite niche. Very definite golden age of sci-fi niche is what we're getting from Cedar. It's great. It's exactly what we need. You can look at that and you're not getting any woke stuff.
Right. I started doing it just because it appeals to me and because it was really nice covers. But then I realized that what I'm actually doing is sending a very strong market signal. Everyone that looks at these covers will have an expectation about what's inside of them.
Yeah.
And that's the point.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what a cover's for.
Yeah. John says his sister bought a house like that, but they'd spliced the last foot into Romex.
Yeah.
So you
Why
open up
even-
the outlets and everything looked fine.
Why even bother?
Somebody did it to beat the
Code,
code.
the code inspector.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll try to become a Hilux. Anime girls.
Kind of like
Simple.
the Hilux look. I did get that a couple of times.
Hilux.
Our case is Anderson Doors came by to give an estimate on a replacement door. $18,000. I don't think so. The house ain't that fancy. Damn, if you can afford an $18,000 door, we need to talk to you about sponsoring things.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm not planning on paying that much for my next car.
Right. Right.
Prices on everything are up.
Yes. We got really lucky. We had to call in an AC guy this last week. It turns out we got an error on the digital thermostat. So we shut the system down and called the guy and got a nice kid who was able to get us in that day. He showed up at 8:30 at night. And I'm like, man, you are too hard. You're just working too hard. Because I know at that point, because I reached out to him in the morning, he had to have been at least a 12-hour day. But super nice kid. Turns out we had a small Freon leak. He topped us off and informed us that we will have to replace the AC. The furnace is almost brand new. But the other thing that was really nice was I had called one of the big guys, big AC people, and they wouldn't have been able to fit us in until tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it was going to be just for them to come out and look at it. It was going to be $250. Whereas the young man that did it, when everything was said and done, it was $400.
Yeah.
He's building a base.
Oh yeah, no,
He's
and
building a customer
he is
base.
working hard. So
Why?
nice kid.
My first thought is, why did they replace the heat side and not the AC side?
Because that's probably what they were asked to do.
Sell it. I'm gonna guess it was to sell it.
That's what they were asked to do.
Right. The AC side is marked 2008. The furnace is 2021. So, given that we bought the house in early 2022, they almost certainly had to replace the furnace in order to sell it.
That's
Well, I was going to wait till Doug Irving got on here, but I haven't seen him yet.
And he might not.
Yeah. If y'all are on Facebook, find Doug Irving. He is taken with the idea of FoolsCon.
Yeah.
And Doug has decided that he's going to try to do a FoolsCon inspired convention in the San Antonio area. Not during FoolsCon, but later on in the year. And needs help and advice and suggestions and probably gentle prodding. I think it's a fantastic idea. I'll be keeping an eye on it. I know several other North Texas folk are interested in it. I think it's a great idea. So hit up Doug Irving, IRVIN, Nora, on Facebook. That's where he's doing all of it with advice and suggestions and general
I was
fun.
going to say, don't say consent.
General fun. Thinking August.
Go along with Rob Hampson's book signing.
Yeah, that would probably be a good one.
Yeah.
See, this is how
Probably.
I can tell that my lovely minions are new to Texas because they're suggesting a con in August in South Texas.
Well, that's when Rob's doing his book signing.
Oof.
Inside with air conditioning.
Yeah.
Functional
Oof.
air conditioning. No,
Oof.
Rob Hampson and his sister Sandra Medlock, who is in one of the postcard stories. They're down in that area and have talked about creating a group similar to North Texas Troublemakers.
Yeah.
And that's a fantastic idea, is creating these more localized groups
Yeah.
of like-minded authors, and you can support one another, because it's what we're doing up here, but
Well, according to them, they're going to be called the troubleshooters.
Yeah,
Yes,
South Texas
yes,
troubleshooters,
yes.
according to Rob. And
So when we show up, they can shoot us and get away with it.
okay. I've been saying from the get-go, and Cedar and Jonna and Courtney and Rita have been behind me on this, very agreeing with it all the ways. The future for indie authors is author co-ops.
Yeah.
And
We were saying that 5 years ago.
hell yeah. The future of indie, and mark this down, folks, the future of indie authors are author co-ops. It's working great for us. It'll work great for anybody. What you need to do is and it doesn't have to be regional anymore. We've got the internet, for God's sake. What you need to do is get little groups of like-minded folks with multiple talents and support each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's working great guns for us. I'm kind of proud of the fact that we're going to be the progenitor of this sort of thing. But the North Texas Troublemakers as a author co-op is great. It's fantastic. Look what we've accomplished.
Yeah.
We've got Sam Rob's and more
Yeah.
website. We've got all these. North Texas Troublemakers is the progenitor of all this. It is the founder of the feast. Go
Yeah.
out and make writer co-ops.
Yeah, we're inspiring other people, and we've seen this in things like other small presses changing policies
Yeah.
because they
I got
like
hate mail.
because they like what we're doing.
No, they don't. Their authors do. Trust me, I got hate mail.
I did not know that about that particular one.
That's even better.
I love hate mail.
But
Keeps me warm at night.
But the thing is that humans are social animals, and the last 3 years have been very long and lonely years.
Yeah.
And so being able to get together in meet space with people is actually really important to not just mental health, but physical health as well, as we saw with our dear friend who, since he's being so transparent about it, I can say things. Kelly coming to FoolsCon.
Yeah.
This is why married people live longer, because you have someone that's in your face that sees you
Yeah.
And when something's going wrong, they can be like, "You don't look right. Go to the doctor."
Get your ass to the doctor,
So
dumbass.
being able to go and see people weekly or even monthly, if you walk into a meeting and somebody looks at you and goes, "Your color's wrong," then you have
That's
some
a hint, yeah.
external.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hint. Like I told Kelly, next time I will not be so gentle.
Courtney says some of the small presses are actually happy to make their authors happier, and they are. Some of them,
Yeah.
not so much.
Well, the funny part is this all started as a joke.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
But that's par for the course with Raconteur Press. This is with the have fun
Yeah.
part. Of
Jesse says the Writer's Dojo is trying to be the same. We got there first.
Well, and Writer's Dojo is much larger and more diffuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and that's
It's more of a university. John is fond of saying that Writer's Dojo is the university or the frat house.
yeah. But there's something to be said for
and it's a co-ed frat house on top of everything
The
else.
best kind.
I never belonged to a frat, but I know the concept.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know the whole Animal House thing, but leaving that aside, the idea of fraternities and sororities was brotherhood and sisterhood. It was making
It was supposed to
Yeah.
making connections, and it was supposed to extend beyond your university
Right.
experience.
because there's more to education than the cram your brain full of knowledge.
Oh yeah.
So the idea of let's be the frat house. So the party's here, but also you're learning things and you're making connections. And sometimes those are weird connections, like military advice on ammo drops.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got 10 books with 154 stories in them so far. We got more to go, folks.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I have been informed.
No, we're not doing togas, Jesse.
No, not hell no. I've been informed if you think 2023 is spectacular, wait till 2024.
Yeah, we have a lot of awesome plans ahead of us. We're going to be very busy.
Yeah.
No shit.
I have knuckled under to saying yes. I have 2 jobs.
I told you that back when I hired you.
No, not tutus either.
I don't know. I
No.
could probably pull off a tutu. I've
Get
worn
Kelly liquored up
tutus.
enough, and he will wear a tutu.
Yeah.
I'll wear a tutu with him. There's a photo shoot.
No.
So I did buy a riding crop. Speaking of
That was out
photo
of left
shoots,
field. That was out of freaking
That
left
was-
field.
That was to go along with the dressing up in photo shoot thing because Jonna told me I should. Because John is an instigator.
Jonna, we need to talk.
Won't do any good. I've tried.
If I wear a skirt, a bodice, and a blonde wig. No, Winkle Red, you're a little tall for that.
They're tall women, and positively Amazonian.
Yes.
Winkler IED doesn't look. He does not. Sorry, dude, you don't look female. I'm just gonna have to throw it out there.
Jonna says riding crop for the win.
There's not enough spackle and corsets in the world to make you feminine. Sorry.
Well, doing the Bubba Truck photo shoot was a lot of fun, and I would love to do something like that again next year
Bloody
at
hell.
FoolsCon. And next time I'm going to plan ahead a little bit better and figure out a way to do it so that I'm not having guys trying to actually hang off the truck with shoulders giving out on them.
I was okay. It's not
You
my
were
first-
fine. It was not
I
your
was
voice.
fine too. Of course, I was sitting inside
It
the
Right.
wasn't
truck.
my first time riding on the sideboards of a truck.
Oh.
Yeah, John says, I have a riding crop. Of course, I used it for training cats. And tapping them on the nose always brought them up short.
Oh,
Squirt guns and spray bottles work for cats.
Well, tapping anything on the nose will get their attention.
This is true. I mean, I've been told, I have not attempted it myself, nor will I, that if you punch a shark in the nose, it'll stop it.
I'm good with that being
Theoretical.
in nature. Because no.
Well, I know getting punched in the nose will stop you because the eyes watered. It's harder than hell to see.
I've punched people in the nose before to stop them.
Yeah.
Nose just before you go for the liver.
Yeah.
Gets her hands up nicely for a liver shot.
Works for authors too. Oh, thank you, Courtney.
Stiff arm a shark twice.
Yeah.
I don't want to stiff arm a shark once.
Yeah. Water survival training. Yeah, I remember that. The nice shark repellent
Yum
was
yum
overcome
yellow.
by the attractiveness of the water, the dye that we would put
The
out.
yum yum yellow dye.
Yeah. Oh, the things you remember years later.
Yeah, 12 feet long, mouthful of teeth. You remember anything involved with? Trust me, you anything involved with that.
Yeah.
Dad tells the story of because he went to school in Hawaii. His
Yeah.
dad was Air Force, so he went to Pearl City, and he used to skin dive in Pearl Harbor until he came face to face with a 14-foot hammerhead shark.
Yeah.
And later, one of his teachers told him that that is the premier world breeding ground for hammerhead
Yeah.
sharks.
Great place for a grenade.
Well,
Jonna, you guys have gotten complacent with me and Courtney out of state. No, y'all just don't. Whenever there's a message you don't agree with, you simply ignore it.
what you can eat in the ocean and what can eat you in the ocean. Yeah, we're not the top of the food chain in the water, trust me.
Life has been in the ocean longer than life has been on land. It has had a lot more time in the ocean to practice nastiness.
Yeah. Water training simulator for a commercial jet. Oh, that ought to be interesting. I still remember a picture that was taken. We had a stoop crash off of runway at QB back in the day. And the pilots managed to get out the overhead hatches. They went down to start recovering the airplane. And they were going to take some pictures before they did the recovery. So for, damage estimates and investigation. Guy gets down there, takes a picture, and there's something sticking out of the pilot's overhead hatch.
Okay.
He gets a little closer, takes another picture, looks, he goes, huh. And about that time, the shark backed out of the overhead hatch.
Like you do.
And he threw his camera up and took a picture. So you see the shark, looking at him as he headed for the surface.
Get my good side. Get my good side.
Yeah.
Divers are food, not friends.
Yeah. But apparently this shark would literally hang out off the end of the runway.
It's the buffet. Of
Yeah.
course you would.
Yeah. Because that was not the first airplane that went in the water off the end of that runway.
Lord, for what I received, let me be really
Yeah.
grateful for this 10 pack of People McNuggets
Yeah.
with the ketchup sauce.
And the Dexter Lake Club didn't need a set dressing. It looks just like the movie. Interesting.
I was talking about sharks. What?
Jonna says her dad
Oh.
was in the food fight scene of the movie.
Back to Animal House. Okay.
Yeah.
My mind's on sharks. Everybody else on Animal House. That's really bad mental image. Bad mental image, folks. Oh,
Sharks are animals.
divers are food, not friends.
Yeah. Yeah. The fun part's when you get up in the tank on a submarine and find out you're not the only one in there.
Oh dear.
No.
That happened to a friend of mine. He said, I did not realize how quickly I could get out of a damn ballast tank on
Oh,
a
yeah.
submarine.
Oh yeah. Chris and I got our PADI open water certifications way back, I'd say in the 90s in Amarillo. We
I got it before it was even a certification.
Yes, I know you were giving advice to Jacques Cousteau, but that's
No.
beside the point. Where was I?
I don't know.
You and Chris getting in trouble in the water.
Oh,
Yeah.
and we got our open water certs, and I love scuba diving. I really do. I want to be real careful where I go scuba diving. Like I said, I'll be happy with a grenade in the water first. Ocean is a big, scary place.
Dad taught me how to skin dive, but I only ever did it in fresh water, so
Yeah.
no sharks.
We snorkeled in Abu Dhabi a lot. Chris and I did. Persian Gulf is a great place to snorkel if you're a kid and you're within sight of shore.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
are
other
there
than sea
sharks? I would
snakes, yes.
assume
Oh,
there's
yes.
sharks.
Sharks, sea snakes within sight of shore.
Yeah.
I remember off Saudi Yacht one time we were out just past the sandbar, dinking around looking for sea urchins because we were young and stupid. And Mom was yelling, so we started paddling back. And what she was yelling about was a herd, flock, pack, bunch of stingrays between the shore and the sandbar swimming along. And she started yelling, so we started running in and ran right through a pack of stingrays.
Oh no.
They're not going to hurt you as long as you don't step on them.
I didn't know that at the time.
My first scuba cert was 64.
17 or 18.
Trained by a guy that was former UDT,
Mm.
who actually knew my cousin, who was also UDT in World War II.
Because
Well, Saudi Yacht. Saudi Yacht Island was the location where Dad built his final grinding plant. And Saudi Yacht Island is just off of Abu Dhabi. And he was loaned out to ADCAP. And he built his his last grinding plant was built in Saudi Yacht, and it is no longer there according to Google Earth.
Yeah.
Which is kind of heartbreaking.
yeah.
Oh, God, yes, Rick. Double hose regulators, May West vest, U.S. Divers was the product, the manufacturer on all that stuff.
We used Maris. Back in the 90s, Maris, M-A-R-E-S, Maris, I guess that's the way it's pronounced, was all the rage for diving stuff.
And those double tanks were heavier than hell as a kid.
Dad had always wanted to learn how to dive, and he finally they were out on a cruise, and he got to go scuba diving just a few months before he threw the clot in his lungs, and now I don't think he can do that anymore. So
Yeah.
Not recommended.
Got to dive Truck Lagoon, which was interesting. Yeah, they were steel tanks.
They were fish bladder.
wait, I was going to say, what is the alternative to steel tanks? I would have assumed that
Aluminum and spun carbon fiber these
Yeah.
days.
Oh, aluminum makes sense.
Yeah, you can
Carbon
pick them up with two
fiber.
fingers.
Huh.
Back then it was,
Yeah, which doesn't matter that much when you're underwater, but
it's getting them to the water.
right.
Yeah, Truck Lagoon is, if you're a military historian or interested in military history, Truck Lagoon is probably one of the greatest diving experiences you can have. Because it's like diving in your bathtub. It's 88 water is 80 plus degrees.
A fan just sent me a text
Double 80s, Brian.
and would like me to ask Jim what the Tethys Ocean off the coast of Pangaea was like when he was learning to scuba dive. We used to ride an old PT boat that a company, a water taxi was. They take a PT boat and redone it from Abu Dhabi to Saudi Yacht. Apparently, they built a bridge, which that's damned odd. We used to ride this PT boat back and forth, and they used to dock. Dad had built a miniature port, a docking facility for small watercraft. And we had a big storm, and we pulled up to it, and you could look down the water, and it's the Persian Gulf, and we could see 10 feet, 15 feet down sailboat. So we were headed to get our equipment. Chris and I were going to dive down and see about, hell yeah. And Father gently informed us that we were going to need to have decompression training before we go down there because it was 150 feet down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
John, it's not all that interesting. It's just I've been around a while. And certain assholes have been poking fun at me for years because I got a better deal than they did at a gun show once.
A better deal? You've got a better deal at every gun show you ever bought anything at.
Yeah, maybe. No, not
Yeah.
always.
Yeah.
Not always. Oh, speaking of guns. Yeah. John is the one with a really interesting background. Ruger is going up yet again on their 22
kidding.
pistols.
Jim was telling me about this earlier.
2245s are going to push over $600 retail shortly.
For a
This is why I
$300
did
gun.
not- Yeah, the little Smith and Wesson I picked up was 300.
Yeah, this is
and
the
that's why,
fifth.
because I knew the Rugers were going to be expensive.
Yeah, this is the fifth price increase in the last 3 years on them.
That's the 2245 and the Mark IVs are $300 guns. I'm sorry. It's Ruger.
They're cashing in, and I think part of it is they know they're fixing to get hit with lawsuits.
Well, they need to pump up the legal fund,
Yeah,
the war chest.
yeah. Buy a regular Mark IV.
Regular Mark IVs are north of 500 these days.
Yeah. Yeah, I bought a Mark IV yesterday, and with taxes and the price break, it was still $560. Browning Buck Mark's a good pistol.
Yes, it is. I really need to take a look at some Browning stuff.
Yeah,
I need to buy a backup pistol.
the good one, if you could find one, but I hate to think what they'd cost these days. Smith & Wesson Model 41.
Oh, good luck finding one.
Yeah.
They don't make them anymore, I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh, nice little rimfires, but finicky.
They were probably the second, maybe the third most popular bullseye guns.
Finicky with ammo.
But if you fed them the right stuff,
Yeah.
they would run forever. But it was the Colt target matches,
High standard.
half standards, and then the Smith & Wesson Model 1s. Browning really didn't have anything that I can remember seeing in competition back in the 70s in the 22 class. Oh, and the other one was Colt actually made 45s in 22 caliber, full
Colt
size
Ace.
Colts.
Call them Colt Ace.
Colt Aces. And if you can find one of those, bring lots of money.
Jay Totten, I thought he'd be on here, but he's not. Jay Totten, his dad had a government model with an Ace slide and barrel serial numbered.
Yeah.
With consecutive serial numbers.
Yeah, well, you've seen my little 22 Ace upper.
I've seen his freaking gun safe.
Yeah. You helped move half the shit in there.
Half. No, that was half the ammo. I'm sorry, my bad. 11.3 metric tons of ammo.
Nothing wrong with a Browning high power, Michael
No.
Red, other than the friggin' safety. Don't
Take
put the extended safety on that son of a bitch.
yank the magazine safety.
And yeah.
Yank the magazine safety. That's your trigger job in a box.
Yep, that is true.
So apparently Raptor totaled her vehicle. What happened?
Uh-oh.
Oh no. That's not good.
Seatbelt and side airbag. The hell?
Got T-boned.
Oh.
Somebody got T-boned.
Rear-ended last year. Car was toast. Wife was driving and okay. His vehicle. Okay. David, really? 1970s. Ben, I have not seen a 22 conversion kit for 1911s made by Colt since World War
I've seen a
II.
lot of there's a lot of aftermarket,
Yeah.
but Colt Aces I think are a done deal.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's Oons.
Writing on the writing front.
Yeah, let's go. Let's run with that.
55,000 words on the next Rimworld.
Yay.
Working on a couple of short stories / novellas. Had one jump up and bite me in the butt
I hate it when that happens.
yesterday.
Yeah, I had that day before yesterday, so something in the water around here.
Right. I've got two. I've got one Lovecraftian with a twist that if it had jumped up and bit me a year ago would have been in Jim's Twisted Tropes.
Yeah.
Um, that one won't let go of me, and it's interfering with other stuff I'm supposed to be doing.
I think
Yep.
a Lovecraftian themed anthology would be a lot of fun.
2024. huh? Maybe.
Yes,
The other moms are going to pop out of midair and smack me.
Pecan is coming up this fall in Dallas.
Yes.
And that's kind of going to, looks like be our home con if it succeeds.
Oh, I don't see why it wouldn't succeed. We
Yeah.
got really good people pushing it.
Yeah.
Apparently, the $60 entry fee is an early bird special, and sometime along here it's going to go up.
Yeah.
So if you are attending Pecan or thinking of attending Pecan, you might go ahead and buy your memberships now.
Yep. And tables in the dealer room are reasonable. I think they're like 150.
Yeah.
Something.
So if you're local and you want a table, look into that.
Yeah, James, high standard HD militaries with a bull barrel. Those are hard to find.
The end of the month for special, and the price to go up. Okay, you got until the end of the month. Don't we have something to do at the end of the month?
Yeah, we have, Your Honor, I can explain it.
Due by the end of the month.
The stories are due. That's the one that jumped up and met me day before yesterday is the one that I'll submit for it. But yeah, and then I think, I'm not sure off the top of my head what the next one after that is for due dates, but it should be on the Raconteur Press page. Law Dog Files, if it is not, somebody let me know and I'll make sure that it gets updated. Because I have the keys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gave the keys to the blog to Courtney and Jonna and Cedar and Rita, so that we could actually get stuff done, stuff posted.
And Richard has run into the problem all of us have. Trying to slim down a short story, started at 9,200 words, ended at 9,334. Hate it when that happens.
That's not so bad. It's when you go to 18K that we start to have issues.
Right.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if you think that that's where it needs to be, send it in.
Yeah.
We'll look at it.
We'll
I'm
look
not
at-
sure it's for us, but
Oh,
yeah.
well. Even if it's not for us, query whoever you're sending it
Yeah.
to because they might not have a problem with that.
Well,
And a lot of places will take up to 10K.
I use my own example a lot. People are probably getting tired of this, but when I submitted for it came from the trailer park, mine was 3,500 words,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it was way under the minimum. And
Yeah.
I thought, well, they all banged it off, and they loved it.
Yeah.
Accepted it quite happily. And to be honest, more small press than not follow are in the same bucket we are with the, if it's entertaining, it's negotiable.
Yeah.
Try it.
If it's a good story, if it hangs together well at that length. I know I did an awful thing to Jim. I sent you a story that was like 12,000 words when you didn't want more than 8,000, and you took it anyway.
Yeah.
Moggies in Space. Space Moggies.
Yes.
Closes June 30th.
Okay.
Cats in Space. Send us stories.
Have I showed you the cover I did for that?
No.
Okay, I need to run that by you. I thought I had seen
In
it.
charge, minion.
Nobody else has seen it either, so if he hasn't seen it, because it was going to go to him first.
Now it's
David, I took a 2,000 word
Yeah.
for the first Malta book.
If it's a good story,
If it's
I
a
mean,
good story, if it's an entertaining story,
Yeah.
and the
we
one,
don't pay per word,
No.
Yeah.
so that's where why we want them to be more or less than the same thing, because
Yeah.
we don't want to have somebody feel bad.
Casey Ezel's anthology. This one is important to me. For those of you that didn't maybe
jalapeno.
what?
Padre says, I need to rewrite my Spurgle story. He gets eaten by a demonic jalapeno.
I love you guys. Oh.
There, we could do a reveal on camera.
Okay, guys. So you saw it here first. The cover reveal for Moggies in Space. Oh hell yes. Oh hell yes. Okay, so Casey Zell. For those of you who don't know, she's going to give us an anchor story for an anthology. We're in the publishing. She suggested it and is giving us an anchor story.
And I think we'll be involved in it a little bit more than that too. But
Yeah. She will probably help edit it.
Yeah.
I don't want
team edit.
Okay, I don't want to because she's up to her gonads and gators anyway.
Right.
So
which is why it's going to be a team so
gotcha.
that she can do as much or as little as she's able.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So
plus she has a real job flying helicopters again.
Everybody at Racketeer Press has a real job. Some of us have a real job and a retirement and the Racketeer Press job. So where was I going? Squirrels.
You have to work for your retirement?
What?
You said you have a real job and retirement and Racketeer Press. Yeah. So you have to work for your retirement?
No, I get retirement and I work.
I was
the
trying
basis
to
for
these
squirrels.
What Casey's story is supposed to be.
Thank you. Fucking squirrels.
God.
I'm not helping. I'm sorry.
ADHD squirrels are not a happy thing. Okay, so Casey, the story will be your story has to be the depths or the lengths that a parent or parent adjacent will go to for their children. I think that's a fantastic hook. It's great. And the title is Or All Will Burn, which is a fantastic title. Casey's giving us the anchor story and apparently getting involved in some of the editing. But or all will burn, Jonna, or all will burn. So or all will burn is November, I think.
Yeah.
Write a good one because that one's going to have legs. I think I really do. That one I think is going to be one of our better releases.
November is the publication date, so the stories will be due in sooner than that. I'm not going to give a specific date because I don't know it off the top of my head, but we're looking probably 2 months before that, so September-ish. So your story will need to be submitted before November, so you don't have until November to write the story.
That's Rita's anthology. Would you send that to her, please?
I did.
Oh, good.
So I'll make
John,
sure
most of mine are Columbia sportswear. They're fishing shirts.
What?
John wants to know where we get our shirts.
Hawaiian shirts.
And some of mine came from Hawaii, from the Navy Exchange in Pearl Harbor.
Rita goes, "Hey, hon, here's a shirt." I go, "Thank you," and put it on. Most of my shirts, other than the ones with the guns, the gun aloha shirts, those I buy. The rest of them
just show up.
Rita.
Yeah, I do that to my husband. So
Rita just, and then John, Rita commissioned John to make me one. The Beauty and Brains, she commissioned John to make. So.
And then I did that for Sanford. So
yeah.
What was the theme of Casey's book again? It wasn't exact. Okay, the theme is the depths that a parent or parent will go to for their children. What you will do to protect your children, rescue, save your children. What the depths, the lengths, how dramatic you can be to protect your kids. Yeah, the or all will burn comes from, Courtney points out, or all will burn comes from the phrase, "My children will survive," or all will burn. So.
Which sounds like it's also open for a revenge tale, too.
Oh, yeah. The depths you will go to for your children. Poster ideas. Take pics of Jim and Ian's shirts and pass them out next time. I've settled mostly I've settled. Retro Rifle has really good Hawaiian shirts, very comfortable Hawaiian shirts, except that you can't put them through the dryer. I didn't know that in the first one.
Yeah.
Retro Rifle has some really comfortable shirts. And if you look, they're not quite as blatant with the guns as some other gun aloha shirts are. You actually kind of have to look on the Retro Rifles to find the guns.
Yeah.
So those have become my con shirts. Because you go to Liberty Con, one of those, and people would walk by, all of a sudden they'll stop and go, "Oh my God, there's guns in there." And you go to other places and they just walk by not noticing that that extremely enthusiastically loud shirt you're wearing has suppressed SIGs on it.
It's a statement.
It is a statement.
Yeah, Brian, some of us know what a wildly disproportionate response means. We might have done that once or twice.
I thought that was kind of what you wildly disproportionate. It's kind of where you start.
Yeah. And on that news, folks, we've wasted
Actually,
another.
no, there's one other thing I need to announce.
Jump on it.
Sorry. Didn't realize what time it was.
Right? That happens.
So there is a YouTube channel called Sacred Cow Shipyards.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And the upcoming episode, I've been told sometime this weekend, will be sponsored by Raconteur Press.
Yay.
So you might want to go check out Sacred Cow Shipyards. It's
on
right in
YouTube.
line. Yeah, on YouTube. So it's videos done by the dock master talking in a very snarky and sarcastic way. And it's funny because I'm not a film geek, and most of what he's talking about is ships, spaceships, or
Yeah.
whatever ships from science fiction and fantasy films. I think there's a video game, TV. So it's not my thing at all, but listening to him talk about them is still entertaining and appealing because he's really snarky.
Oh, yeah, Brian, I know exactly who he is. I've met him a few
Yeah,
times.
no, I know who he is too, but I'm not gonna
Right.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna cut that air gap.
Yeah.
Jim's met him. My shocked face. Let me show you it.
Anyhow, Raconteur Press has sponsored an episode, and because he knew the story behind Space Marines, the sponsorship is epic.
Yeah.
I'm halfway expecting a cease and desist order from Games Workshop's lawyers because I have been smack talking them.
So,
Yeah, don't read the comments.
oh, never read the comments.
Yeah.
Nobody ever reads the comments section. Please, no. Ugh.
Save your sanity. Do not.
Yeah. I was a plank owner in VT 86 in Brunswick, Georgia in 1970.
I didn't realize Noah's Ark had a code name.
And on that note,
I think me and the Fox are going to exit stage left before we get something thrown at us. Y'all be safe, okay?
Hawaiian shirts are great for cover garments.
That's why I wear them. That's why I wear them.
Yeah. And on that note, folks, we have wasted over an hour of your time.
Sacred Cow Shipyards.
Yes.
Cows in
Yeah.
SCS.
Yeah.
SCS, yes.
Time fun when you're having flies. Yeah. That too.
Okay. Sacred Cow Shipyards, yes.
Yeah, there'll be a post in NTT. And remember, folks, have a good weekend. Be safe. And if the weather is coming in, it's fine to go out and have one beer and watch it. But when it gets close enough that you're getting chunks, it's time to go hide somewhere. Okay?
Nader doesn't know what's good for it. So,
Yeah. So remember, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff. We'll see you later.
y'all be
Bye
safe.
bye. Oh, God.